Irgendwo zwischen Leidenschaft und Pragmatismus gibt es vielleicht einen Weg zu einer glücklichen Partnerschaft.
Hi guys, how are you doing?
Hi, how you doing?
Great, thanks. How are you?
Great. Thank you for taking your time. I saw the film a couple of days ago and I really liked it.
Ich heirate.
Ehrlich? Wer ist denn die Glückliche?
Das weiß ich noch nicht.
Was soll das bedeuten?
Es wird eine arrangierte Ehe. Naja, assistierte Ehe. So heißt das heute.
Die Liebe ist nicht wichtig?
Mit der Zeit lernst du diesen Menschen lieben.
Wie das Stockholm-Syndrom.
What I loved about it is that it feels authentic and real to me. Do you feel like the audience in this day and age resonate more with this kind of authentic love stories instead of the picture perfect movies we saw in the past? Obviously, no offense to Pretty Woman and stuff.
I think it's good to see people that are fallible, you know, and that make mistakes, because there's more relate. I think every human, we make 50 mistakes a day, you know, or choices we make. I think it's just way more relatable, and it's just always nicer to play it's nice to play fantasy stuff, but it's nice to play that kind of complicated person, nuanced person.
Yeah, there's something that feels really modern about it. I mean, I was really drawn to Zoe just as a person with like trying to navigate life as a young woman when she's considering, well, what do I really want? Do I want a family? Do I want kids? Do I want to just focus on my career and, you know, that amazing ambition and talent she has? And then she's also trying to get on with her crazy mom. And it's like, how can one person, one woman manage all of that? And she's really struggling. And I think that's something that's really real, and I loved looking at that within a genre of a movie where usually you perhaps wouldn't.
Yeah, definitely. And Lily, you already been talking about Zoe and her mom. That was really special, the scenes between these women, because for me it feels like Zoe's mom gives her the impression that being alone is a flaw and not getting married is a flaw. Do you think that especially women have to face this experience in their life?
Totally. I think there's so much pressure, and there's this, like, for a while there was this thing of we can have it all, but really it's really difficult to have it all because there's just like too much for you to cope with, and you're going to crack. And what I loved with those relationships with her mum is there's so much sort of lost in translation in a way between them, because they love each other so much, as particularly Kath, my mum, onto Zoe, that it's getting misread and misunderstood, and they really aren't properly connecting. And when that happens, it feels like such a beautiful moment and like a lifelong thing that Zoe would have needed from her mother. And finally she gets it. Finally she feels like she's enough by herself. And God, doing that scene with Emma Thompson, it was just so moving. I mean, just so powerful. She's just, you know, one of the all-time greats. So it was such a privilege.
Yeah, that was such a great scene. I really, really loved that. And one scene that also stuck with me, or a concept, is the talk about walking in love instead of falling in love. Do you think that this is a more healthier perspective on love?
I mean, I would say yes. It could be, I suppose it is a more practical and going in with a clearer head kind of way to do it. I don't know if it's the way I'd do it. I mean, there's no one way, I suppose. It's you can always think that, and I don't know, the heart's a powerful thing though. When it starts to take over, what do you do? You know? Powerless.
But I think that's what's amazing about this film, is it's a really like beautiful look at how to fall in love, and in no way is it judgmental or saying one way is better than the other.
Definitely.
It's just a sort of celebration of all ways, and different it works for every person.
Definitely, there's no right way. That's actually the message for me. And this film seemed so much fun to shoot, I can imagine, because from the outside it seems so much fun. And I really loved the wedding scenes in Pakistan. Can you talk a little bit about how this experience was like to be able to shoot these kinds of settings?
Well, I've been to a few, you know, Pakistani weddings, Indian weddings, and to shoot something like, when you hear those drums, how loud they were when you were coming in. So I've seen like cousins going through the same thing, but the beat of that drum was so intense, and then there was what, I don't know, 1,000 people in that
so
room.
So many people dressed like, oh my god, it was
and
so
it just
and the colors, wow, so amazing.
Yeah, it was intense. It was like felt very, very visceral, very like it was just suddenly, and I was like, whoa, this is, you know, it was easy to swept away with that moment. Yeah, it was very special.
Yeah. It was incredible, and the singer that was there, amazing.
Oh, Rahat Alihan. We have Nasr Fateh Alihan's nephew, one of the most famous, you know, Qawwali singers of all time. You know,
yeah.
They call him like the top 5 singer of ever. His nephew is now taken that mantle, and we watched him do basically a private gig.
It was unbelievable
for a scene, which is. It was if like my family, when I told them that, like my cousins and my uncle and stuff, it was, you know,
so jealous.
It was mind blowing to them. Like, you know, it's like Bob Dylan coming to do a private set. It's like, it was very, very special. And that was a panning shot, wasn't it? It just was coming in. We were just watching. I love stuff where you just get to watch.
Yeah, I love it when you just get to react.
And it was just, we were just looking at each other, and it was a very special scene. I really enjoyed that.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Really...
Lily, have you been on Pakistani weddings before, or just the first? Okay,
no, this is the first time. And the wedding when Sajal and Shaz actually had the kind of exchange of the vows and the contract, and that was just one of the and I'm looking at it all through my camera. It's kind of amazing because I'm sort of already seeing it in a very cinematic setting, and I was able to like zoom in, and they were really using the footage that I took on that camera sometimes when it was good enough, and it's just like, I mean, it was a dream. It was so, the sort of ceremony of it is so beautiful.
Weißt du, mein Sohn, wieso der Prophet sagte, das Paradies liegt unter den Füßen der Mutter? Weil es keine Liebe gibt, die größer ist als die einer Mutter für ihr Kind. Ich bete, dass du glücklich wirst. Nur das zählt.
Wir alle brauchen andere Menschen. Das ist kein Zeichen von Schwäche, Zoe.
Jetzt geht die Party richtig los. Irgendwo zwischen Leidenschaft und Pragmatismus gibt es vielleicht einen Weg zu einer glücklichen Partnerschaft.
Wir haben Glück, Sie als Nachbarn zu haben. Sie sind fast wie Familie für mich, seit dein Vater mich für diese Teenager verlassen hat.
Sie ist 35 Jahre alt.
Ganz genau.